Hi, I'm Goobie, and I would like America show me their T.ds. That's right, America. Show me your turkey dinners. It's Thanksgiving, baby. And you know what that means? It's time to feed me. And no, America, I'm not talking about feeding me like the Cowboys try to feed Zeke Elliott. More like Vince Wilfork feed me. Now that man knows how to eat. I'm here with Melky. How you doing, buddy?
You know what, Goobie? Honestly, bro, I'm flying high. So high I can touch the sky. It's to a point where Snoop Dogg would look at me with three heads because that's how high I am right now, especially in the world of fantasy. So, yeah, buddy, like, I'm loving it.
You loving it, eh?
Loving it.
Oh, fantasy's always a good time.
Yeah, but on a side note, have you watched the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion?
No, I have not because I do not have Crave and or HBO.
No, well, first of all, I'm shocked because you're the biggest Will Smith fan.
I've been trying to find
it, okay? No, I'm just shocked. But I watched it actually today, and man, talk about nostalgia. It just brings you back, like some of the, behind the scenes and just stuff you didn't know. Like there's a nice reference or a nice sit down with Will and the original Aunt Viv.
Don't ruin it for me.
I'm not, but it was just nice and comforting just to see them all together and pay tribute to James Avery.
Oh, for sure. Rest in peace, James Avery.
Rest in peace, brother. Let's focus back on our fantasy league. Spoiler alert. We both kicked some motherfucking ass, and we're gonna celebrate. You ready, Goobie?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm sitting high on top of that pedestal. I crushed it this week.
You did, and
what's that?
I said, and you did, and to commemorate, we celebrate.
Oh yeah.
We celebrate soon.
We celebrate soon. It's always technical difficulties around here. I do.
Wow!
I feel nice.
Woo, woo! If you can't tell, Goobie and I, we both won this week. And if you don't know, now you know. Oh, Goobie, tell them how you whomped your opponent's ass.
Well, I almost fucked that up. But I destroyed it this week. Okay? 162 to 118. Highest points this season. 162, beating my previous record of 158, which was sitting as the highest last season, or sorry, this season. But yeah, I'm gonna give some shout outs, and this might take a while. You might want to sit back, relax, put your arms behind. There you go, right? Okay, Kirk Cousins, thank you for being you, playing the Dallas Cowboys, 32 points. AJ Brown, you put up a whopping 2 or 3 points last week. You put up 12 points for me this week. Thank you very much. Derrick Henry, you put up, 10 points last week? You put up 19 this week. I appreciate you. Mike Davis, you probably heard me calling you out, telling you that you were like garbage and you don't get the ball enough like Christian McCaffrey. 14 points. Thank you. I appreciate you. Travis Kelce, we already know that I love you. 19 points. By the way, people, if you don't know, I am rounding up and or down. I don't really like to do the points. So, yeah, Robert Woods, hell of a fucking game. 18 points out of nowhere. Will Lutz, you put up 6 points. That's okay. I guess you're a kicker. You know what? Pittsburgh, fucking putting up 17 points like you're a wide receiver or running back. And last but not least, Mr. COVID man himself right now, Adam motherfucking Thielen. Thank you for putting up 24 points this week. Okay, I doubt my team all the time because you know what? Tennessee's Tennessee and they don't like to put up points. Adam Thielen ain't getting the ball much because of freaking Cook running the ball. So yeah, CMC being injured and everything. So sometimes, yeah, I doubt them, but they fucking killed it this week. What do you think, Melky? What do you think of that?
Yeah, your team was on a roll. Like I was following you closely because I kind of wanted you to lose.
Everybody wants me to lose.
Well, yeah, man. Yeah, everybody's gunning for the top. But yeah, no, you were rolling. It took a while because the needle wasn't moving at all, and I thought Tim had you. And then all of a sudden, it was like bam, 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 bam. Your player just like went all in sync, and your points were piling. And next thing you know, like it was over for him. He had no chance.
Yeah, I think halfway through the first game of the week, or first games of the week on Sunday, he was predicted to go 130, and I was predicted at 104, and it wasn't looking very good through the first half, and I was getting a little nervous. But yeah, fuck, the team pulled through, and honestly, our buddy Alan always messages me. He goes, "Man, your fucking team's stacked. I don't know why you always worry. You know, sometimes they underperform, but this is what this team is supposed to look like. This right here is what this team is supposed to look like. Minus the fact that CMC's not in there, who would probably put up 25 points plus. That's a team to be reckoned with. I'm just saying.
It's a juggernaut of a team, but it's not good enough to beat me.
It's good enough to hold that number one spot for 3 weeks straight. Actually, well, 3 weeks straight, 4 or 5 weeks throughout the season. So, you know what? I'll take it.
No, you're sitting comfortably. You got like you nailed it. You've got that team, man. Like you look at it and you fear it. Like at any time I've gone into battle with you, I'm like, shit, this is gonna be a slobber knocker, like of some sorts. You got the team, man. You drafted well. I even said you overreacted.
No, you know what? You know what though? I think I'm gonna agree with my statement I made last week or 2 weeks ago in the intro. If any of you out there need drafting advice, come to me, because this team right here is a drafted team. There's only maybe one player on that team that wasn't drafted by me.
I don't know, man.
And that's Mike Davis.
I wouldn't go that far. You drafted Hunter Henry when you could have had another stout player when you drafted him. But you're doing well. I'm not going to take your shine away. Kudos to you. Kudos to the Cowboys for beating the Vikings. And this goes out to that one Vikings fan. You can take the cranberries and cram it because we beat your motherfucking ass. You know who you are.
We should make her wear a fucking Dallas Cowboy hat or whatever. Do you remember that shit? She made you wear that?
Yeah, she did. It was embarrassing.
That Viking shit, that dirty old purple shit.
Yeah. Nothing looks good in purple. Look at Barney.
Right? Okay.
All right. How's your matchup looking for next week? Or this coming week, sorry.
Next week, I got the man that you just beat, I'm pretty sure.
Pulverized him.
Mr. Adam. And you know what? He is second last in the league. So I am a little worried. Because you know what? It's like a David and Goliath shit going on. You know, I'm always worried that that shit's gonna happen to me, and I don't want it to because I want to stay first. It's another big matchup. It's the two young quarterbacks, Josh Allen versus Kyler Murray. I got AJ Brown versus Terry McLaurin. Robert Woods versus Julio Jones. Now, that may change because Julio Jones is questionable with a hamstring, I think it is. So that may change. And also Robert Woods may change in the second slot with Adam Thielen. As I said before, Adam Thielen is on the COVID list. They say he may play Sunday. I got Derrick Henry versus Todd Gurley. Great matchup. Mike Davis versus Kenyon Drake. I think, that could go either way. They're saying McCaffrey is doubtful. So
he's not playing. He's
probably not going to play. And then, you know what? They have a bye on week 13, so he'll probably be back week 14. Kelsey versus Rob Gronkowski. We all know how that's going to go. Darius Slayton versus someone dropped Jamison Crowder. Now, this was always a tussle for me, Jamison Crowder versus Darius Slayton. I didn't know which one to drop and or which one to play in the bye weeks. So that'll be a good matchup.
Should have dropped them both. They play for New York. Enough said.
Yeah, I might pick up somebody. I'm not sure yet. Will Lutz versus Prater and Pittsburgh versus Kansas City. Predicted 115 to 105 for the win. Again, I'm unsure, especially with Adam Thielen being out. But yeah, what do you think?
You're gonna pulverize him. No offense to Adam, but I don't know what he was thinking on draft night. But he minus Kyler Murray and McLaurin, and I'm the one that told him to draft McLaurin. His team is trash.
Well, the biggest thing for me is, you know what? As long as I win one more game, I'm kind of happy. Yeah, I totally would love to win the league at first place. Just so you guys know, the first place gets their money back this year in our league. First place out of the regular season.
Season, yeah.
Yeah.
They get their money back.
But yeah, if I win one more, I'm guaranteed a bye week. So, you know, that sometimes is good. No one's ever won the league on a bye though. So
no, you and I lost both. We both lost last year on buys.
That's true. That is true. So yeah, I'm hoping to crush it. Melky, how you looking?
Oh, I mean, let me go back to your opponent.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
No, it's okay. Yes, anything can happen, and for you, I think the only thing you have to worry about is your guys performing. I don't think you have to worry about his team performing because besides Kyler Murray, unless Kyler Murray gets 100 points in fantasy, which is impossible, everything is looking glorious for you. So I think you got it in the bag, which sucks because I'm rooting against you because I want that spot. I want to win out so I can get number one. But I think you got it. I think you'll crush it.
I think my lowest points I'm kind of scrolling through is 100 points.
Against me? 98. You scored
78 points was my lowest.
What was that?
That was week 7 versus Rub My Chub, Allen.
Oh, Allen. Okay.
Yeah, Josh Allen did nothing. Robert Woods, Mike Davis, Kelsey got 3 points.
It was an off day.
It was an off day, so I'm hoping not to have that.
I think you're good, man.
But man, how'd you do this week?
Well, if you couldn't tell from the celebration, I won as well, and I actually leapfrogged to 3rd place from 5th, which is a nice jump for me because I feel like I should be in the top 4, and I'm on a 3-game winning streak, and it's crazy because after my trade, I've just been untouchable. And I've taken down some good players or good teams. Like I took down you. I took down, Adam. That's not a good team. I took down Tim. I mean, granted, it was the skin of my teeth, but yeah, I'm riding high. I think everything's coming up Melky. And I have my big 3 to thank. I'm going to go with the man of the hour, Justin Herbert, a whopping 37.40 points. This man is a god. All he wants to do is put up points. That's why I love rookie quarterbacks, man. When they have like talent around them, they just want to put up points to prove themselves. And he's doing it. He's doing it well, as LL Cool J would say. I want to thank Mike Evans, a man that you bashed multiple times. You know what? He's not like killing it, getting over, but he's getting like a nice 10 points a game. And Brady's using him as a tight end, which is we should be drinking because we just mentioned that word, but he's using him in that sequence, and he's a big guy, 6'4". He'll outmuscle you. Like his touchdown, it was a short toss. He on the goal line or close to the goal line, he did a spin and he just trucked his way into the end zone. So that's he was balling. And my MVP, the man you love to make fun of, but CEH. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, nice 19.7 points, 2 touchdowns. Like I know Le'Veon Bell is supposed to be the name, but they're using both of them differently, and it's 2 Clyde's advantage. So Clyde, you balling out. Thank you, because I almost didn't start you. And if I didn't, well, I still would have won. No offense, Adam. You scored 60 points. You stink. What do you think, Goobie? What do you think about my matchup?
I think it was a great matchup. Obviously, in your favor. I do want to touch base on that Mike Evans touchdown. I don't know if you watched the Tennessee game, but A.J. Brown had a huge touchdown, pretty much similar to that, where he just didn't want to go down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he didn't.
He just took like 3 people into the end zone. I was like, dude, bro, like, what's wrong with you?
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? He makes Mike Evans look tiny.
Right?
He's a big, AJ Brown's a big boy. Like, big boy. Yeah. It was pretty, you're right. It was pretty similar. I think AJ Brown did it better because he had more people on him.
Yeah. And I was just like watching it. I was like screaming at him, like, go, stay on your feet. Push that button. That was amazing. But yeah, going back to your win. Yeah, man, you killed it. Just like last not just like last week, but you didn't absolutely crush it out of the park last week.
Yeah.
109, man. Like I said, Justin Herbert out of the rookies this year, he's looking great. Mike Evans, I still think underperforms for the name.
Yeah, for sure.
At 10 points, but still puts up good points. Calvin Ridley is been going downhill lately.
Yeah, but did you see Matt Ryan's performance?
Yeah, it is Matt Ryan. Matty Ice is he's starting to get no ice in his veins.
No longer ice, he's melting.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 19 points. I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that at all. But yeah, it's looking good. Did you have bye weeks? You had Stephon Diggs on a bye.
Yeah, I had Diggs on a bye. And you know what? I had a tough decision who to
Melvin
play.
Gordon.
Oh, Melvin Gordon balled out. You know what? But actually, I'm gonna give a special shout out to my bench because they performed too. Like Melvin Gordon performed, Big Ben performed, the New Orleans defense performed. The only one who really didn't perform was my kicker. What a fucking loser! But
but no, you did well, man. I give kudos to you getting that third spot. Looking to come for that number one. You might take it, you might not. I don't. It's gonna be a race to the end.
It is. It's probably the tightest it's been in our league ever, going down to the final 2 games. And I got Jen this week, and she beat me. She gave me my first L, which I'm looking for revenge on because, frankly, I don't think her team's very good. And I'm just looking to, send another message that, the milkman's coming. Like,
yeah, I got Jen on week 13.
Yeah.
So it's and that's a tricky one for me because I don't have a second running back.
Yeah, like that's fantasy though. Like our matchup, I feel like her team was better in week 3 than it is now. Like I got Herbert, she's got Brady. I don't know if you watched the Monday night or you might have been sleeping, but Brady 2 INTs. Ugh. I don't know if he's going senile or something.
I normally watch the first half and then I tap out.
No, he's the last 2 games he's looked pretty awful. I got Ridley versus Hopkins. I'll give the edge to Hopkins. I got Diggs versus Devontae Parker. I feel like Miami, you never know what they're going to get. You're going to get with their offense. Their defense is stout, but you never know.
They put up a decent game last week.
They did, but because of Fitzmagic. I got Connor versus Jacobs. I like Jacobs. I almost drafted him over Clyde. I got Duke Johnson against Henderson. I think that's a wash because both running backs suck balls. Hawkinson versus Cook. Again, another wash. I do like Hawkinson at home this week. I'll get into that later why. I picked up a new... I got Jacoby Meyers, and she's got Hollywood Brown. Again, another wash. Like Cam throwing and Lamar throwing. Like, who knows? I got a different kicker coming. They got the New Orleans defense who are just flat out balling right now.
Yeah, they're killing
it. Scary. So
almost
you know
looking
what?
like my Pittsburgh.
Yeah, buddy. Like they look great, especially since the man Breeze has gone down. They're picking up the pieces. So I'm looking for revenge. Jen, I'm coming. You're just actually in my way to getting to Goobie. So good luck to you because you're gonna fucking need it.
It's a great matchup looking like that. But the one thing I'm going to say to everybody in our league, I don't know if anybody actually listens to this in our league, but if you do, motherfuckers, if I win, you guys need to put up points. Okay? You need to put up points to catch me. I'm dominating by almost 150 points. Okay? So if you want to come for me, you gotta put up the points.
That's why I just need you to lose one. You lose one, that's it, buddy.
Hey, like I said, you know what? I would be happy to win the regular season, but all I'm looking for right now is one more win for a bye week.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think like I said, I think you have a good chance of winning this week. I think I have a decent chance of winning this week. You know, that David versus Goliath thing could happen, so I'm a little skeptical. You know, it'd be a fucking kick in the ass if we both lost.
I know. We come back on here next week and we're just like, oh.
Yeah.
We'll still play some music.
But you know what? Speaking of getting kicked in the ass, let's talk about some kickers. You know what? We got Bench Wars, everybody. And we're doing a kicker segment. We all know this segment goes really fast, but we pick some players that are either on the bench or on the waiver wire. It's probably going to be a waiver wire because no one benches a fucking kicker, okay? Unless it's Tom Brady, because technically he's a kicker. He's done it a couple times, okay? But, I'm going to go off and start it with Jason Sanders, Miami, kicker. I'm going to say 8 points. 150-yard field goal and a 30-yarder.
Okay, so no extra points?
No. I think he'll botch them.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I like it. I like the pick. I'm picking Rodrigo Blankenship, a.k.a. Bubbles, who is a kicker for the Colts. You should look him up. His glasses are immaculate.
Oh, no, I saw that shit.
Yeah.
He looks like a fucking, like, a hipster / nerdy fucking guy, but he looks cool as fuck.
He's amazing, man. Alan stole him from me. I dropped him because I needed a position, and he stole him from me. I want him back, Alan. Give him back. But anyways, this week I have him getting 12 points. He's going to get 2 field goals. He's going to get 140-yard field goal and 2 extra points for a whopping 12, which will put me ahead of Goobie 4-2 in the Bench Wars standings.
There you go. You're winning in Bench Wars and in fantasy. Look at you.
I did something right, man.
Oh, man.
But speaking of right, man, another chaotic week in the NFL. I'm talking week 11. The ending to the Monday Nighter, like we were speaking about it earlier, but Brady, I don't know if Brady's losing it. I don't know if he's going to see now, but the conclusion of like the ending of it was really good because it was on your seat. I felt like a lot of the games last week you were on your seat, like the Cowboys game, the Ravens game, this one, the Monday Nighter. So you know what, the NFL, it's doing what it always does, keeps getting better every week. So instead of some good news, I'm going to give you some bad news to start. Joe Burrow, number 1 pick, tears his ACL, MCL. There's also structural damage on his knee. He was carted off the field on Sunday because he was hit in the leg by lineman Jonathan Allen.
Asshole.
Who, it was unintentional, but you saw it. You knew he was done.
Yeah.
Unfortunate because you know what, he was just fighting his stride on a terrible Bengals team. So I got a couple questions for you, Goobie. Will Burrow be better next season coming back from the injury?
Hard to say. I think he's young enough to overcome the injury. Um, the question is, do you have the mental strength to get back out there and play? Because after an MCL, ACL, and other ligament damage to your leg and knee, it's scary to watch someone come at you knowing that you have that structural problem in your leg, and it could happen again a little bit easier next time with it already happening once. So I think it'll take him some time, maybe give him 3-4 weeks to get back into a groove, but yeah, I think he'll come back.
I agree with you for every point you just added. He's young. He was getting hit before. He's getting rocked before. They don't have an offensive line. So I think the kid's tough as nails. He'll be back stronger than ever. And I got my second question. Do the Bengals win another game without him?
I don't even know who their freaking backup quarterback is.
I don't either.
You know who the backup quarterback is?
I got no clue. I mean, we can good thing the score and Google and all that other shit.
Who's the backup quarterback for the Bengals?
Ryan Finley.
I don't know who that is. Who is Ryan Finley? Okay.
Ryan Finley. Okay, let's look up his bio.
You know what though? It sounds kind of Scottish / Irish, so it might be another ginger.
No, yeah, you're right. Good call.
Hey, Bengals got their ginger back. Look at that.
You know your gingers very well. Yeah, I know he's 25 years old. He's 6'4". So he's a big guy. He was drafted in the 4th round last year by the Bengals, and he's from North Carolina State.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna say yes, just because they got another ginger on their team throwing the ball. Okay, they will win next week without a doubt. That's the final answer.
That's final answer? All right. Well, I agree. I don't know. Do they play the Jets again?
I don't even know who they play, but I don't even care because guess what? They got the Ginge. Ginge Powers is back. And yeah. So
they got the G-Men this Sunday. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, that's definitely a win, okay?
Yeah, right. But speaking of not winning, what do you think of Tua getting benched? He only passed for 83 yards, and he had 1 TD. He was sacked 6 times. Fitzmagic in relief had a measly 117. I got a giant, awesome question for you. Is there a QB controversy in Miami?
No. Fitzpatrick is like that dirty hooker on a fucking corner that gets passed around for $2. Okay? There is no controversy. Tua will be the starter next year. For this year, it'll be a back and forth learning lesson for Tua, but Tua is more of a, $50 to $100 hooker that doesn't get passed around very much because she's expensive. She likes to get wined and dime before she gets some. Okay, so yeah, yeah. I don't see there being a controversy. I do feel like it's going to be a learning lesson for Tua, and yeah, maybe they're saving his highlight reels for the playoffs if they make it.
Okay, I got another question. Where is this corner you speak of the $2 hooker?
It would be downtown Hamilton on Barton Street.
Excellent. I know where I'm going after this. Fuck you, COVID.
Oh, man.
But what wasn't a laughing matter? Your boy, Henry, OT winner, man. The Titans came back and won 30-24 over the Baltimore Ravens. He's your boy, so I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you dive into your boy. He had 113 rushing yards and a TD. Now the floor is yours because this is your man.
All right. Well, he gave me a little bit of a heart attack for a little bit. He was. I think everybody knows that he's a second half running back. So the first half he wasn't putting up anything. I think he only had like 3 or 4 points in the first half, and then he just balled out. balled out. He had 48 yards for the first half. Then he had 48 yards in the third quarter. And then I was like, man, this guy's not going to get a touchdown. Like, he's just not. They hit the goal line 3 times, and they had to settle for a field goal. I was getting pissed. I think I actually texted you. I said, we should bring that in the highlights. You know, Titans can't score, can't produce,
Can't convert.
Yeah, and I was getting a little
Frustrated.
distraught. Yeah. And then the OT happened, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay. And then they're getting close to the field goal line. I'm like, know what? They're probably just gonna run it, which is good, but they're not gonna overdo it. And I was like, man, they're gonna kick a field goal, and it's not gonna look well. And then he just breaks out to the right, and I'm like, go. And the dude scores a touchdown. I was like, fucking right, buddy. Like, that's how you do it. And I was ecstatic. So, you know what, man? The dude did it for me. He's not putting up the points that he did last year, but he's producing, man. He is producing for me, and I appreciate every last little bit of it.
Yeah, you can always count on him to produce, and you're right. He is a second half running back. I also feel that Tannehill doesn't use him enough. Like, Tannehill's trying to get his numbers, and then when it's not working for him, because it wasn't working for him either. Baltimore played the passing game pretty well.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Tannehill's like, well, okay, I have this stud muffin right here. I should fucking use him. So when he decided to use him, and that's when, you guys came back, because you guys are dead in the water.
Yeah, he's also looking a little banged up, though. He did go off with a small, I guess, I wouldn't call it Charlie horse because that's to the leg, but he had a small Charlie horse to his shoulder, and he was off for a little bit and then came back on. So Thank God for that.
Yeah, no, you needed that. And last but not least, probably the 2 highlights of Sunday, the catches, the epic catches of one C.D. Lamb and other Adam Thielen. Goobie, I don't know if you're going to be biased or not, but Adam Thielen had a sick one-hander, and C.D. Lamb had a great 2-hander stretch. Who caught it better?
Okay, do I deep dive into this? Because there's 2 ways you could look at it. Who caught it better and who did it better. Who caught it better is Adam Thielen. One-handed always beats a 2-handed catch. But who did it better? C.D. Lamb. He contorted his body in midair to grab that ball. That was an amazing catch. So I give both a 1-up on each other. Thielen caught it better, but C.D. Lamb did it way better.
Actually, it's crazy. I agree with you. Even though Thielen's on some sort of like crazy hot streak where he just likes to catch it with one hand. See what he did in Chicago 2 weeks ago?
Oh, yeah.
So he's on another level.
Yeah, man.
But I agree. I agree. C.D. Lamb's did it better, but I like Thielen's better.
Yeah, no, Thielen's one-handed catch, man. You can't go wrong with a one-handed catch. It ain't no Odell Beckham Jr., but seems like fucking everybody likes to, shit on the Cowboys with those one-handed catches. So,
well, how do you market yourself? You do it against America's team.
Oh, man. But America, guess what? It's turkey season, for you guys at least. Ours is in October. But we got a new segment just for the Thanksgiving weekend. We're going to talk about the gobbles, Gobbler gobs. We're going to gobble it up with who gets the Gobbler for Thursday. We're going to pick 1 player from each team for the 3 games who are going to be nominees for the Gobbler. I don't know, Melky, you want to take that one away first?
Yeah, I do. It's we are predicting who's grabbing the juicy turkey leg Thursday. So in the spirit of Thanksgiving, like you said, Delicious. I'm going to start off with the Texans versus the Lions. So on my side, I'm going to pick Will Fuller to be my Gobbler if they win. And if Detroit wins, I'm going to go with the tight end T.J. Hawkinson.
No, he's
I feel like he's due for just a big game. He's always there near the end. He's a massive target. So those are my two Gobbler nominees. Who are yours?
I got Deshaun Watson if they win, and Adrian Peterson. Now, the only reason why I picked AP is because the Texans defense dead last for rushing.
Yeah.
So you know what? AP, go have a game, buddy. Like, come on. And then you know what? On the other side, Detroit, you're 25th in the passing defense. And Cooks had a game. So watch out.
Yeah, no, interesting choices. Like Watson for sure. AP, I think, yes, if Swift doesn't play. Swift was actually a consideration of mine, but he's under concussion protocol, so not sure if he's playing.
Yeah.
All right, now our game that we're going to be focused on, the Washington No-Namers versus the Dallas Cowboys. Goobie, who do you got for your Gobbler nominees?
I got Andy Dalton and Antonio Gibson. Now, everybody's probably wondering why I'm picking Andy Dalton.
Because you like gingers.
I actually do like gingers. They're cute. Oh. By the way, no one sent me any titty pictures yet from like fucking 3 weeks ago when I fucking told you to DM me some titty pictures. Okay? Just saying.
Wake up.
Hit me up.
Wake up, viewers. Come on. Goobie needs his titties.
I'm just saying. Washington, top-rated pass defense in the league right now. Somehow. An NFC East team is top of something that makes no sense to me, but they are top in the pass defense. So if Andy Dalton can get a win on a top-rated pass defense, I think that deserves a Gobbler for me. And then Antonio Gibson, we all know Dallas's run defense is terrible, sitting second last in the NFL. So that's a no-brainer for me.
I like it. I like both your nominees. I'm going to go with Zeke. I feel like they found a formula on Sunday. You need to keep that up. You know, you just got to feed the man because you paid him all that money for a reason. So if the Cowboys win, I'm going with Zeke. If Washington wins, I'm going with the number 2 pick overall, Chase Young. I don't know if you saw, so before Burrow got hurt, he hit Burrow in the end zone and caused a fumble. Do you know how big Chase Young is? This man is massive.
Is he Vince Wilfork massive?
He's close to it.
Because both those men know how to eat.
Yeah, no kidding. I just feel like the Dallas offensive, although it's getting better, the O-line's getting better, it's not where it used to be. So if that's the case, Chase Young is going to be running after your ginger boy all game. And he's going to be screaming for his life. So I like Chase Young on the Washington side.
There you go. I like it. What do you got for the Pittsburgh-Baltimore game?
Ooh, such a matchup, man. Like I'll be tuning into this too. I'll probably be half in the bag because I don't work Thursday. What? But I went with the local Canadian boy, Mapletron. And his real name is Claypool. If Pittsburgh wins, I feel like no one can really guard him on the secondary of Baltimore. And Big Ben's just going to be looking for him. And he can run the ball too. So I feel he has a multitude of tricks up his sleeve. And if Baltimore wins, which you're going to get into that later. If Baltimore pulls it out, I like Lamar Jackson to actually have a game. I like him to be the Lamar that was the MVP last year and show up and get that damn turkey leg. Who do you got, bro?
Well, I'm doing my normal thing that I like to do, okay? I love to do my bold predictions, okay? So it's bold prediction time. I'm gonna say it. We're gonna go with James Conner
I hope.
against a great Baltimore defense. So I honestly have no reason for this. I just wanted to say, you know what? Bold predictions. James Conner's James Conner. Their offensive line is tremendous. They're more of a passing offensive line, but James Conner can get his by doing checkdowns and whatnot. And then if the Ravens win, another bold prediction: Marquise Brown. You know what?
Oh,
I mean, Pittsburgh's third in passing defense. So like, bold prediction. You know what? Marquise Brown gets the gobbler and eats that turkey leg.
well, somebody has to get open at some
Eventually.
point. So, and Hollywood Brown, he's a fast motherfucker. So, I don't.
Yeah.
It's not impossible for him not to get the gobbler. I feel like the turkey's bigger than him though, so he'll be eating that for days.
Don't worry, save some for Vince Wilfork, okay?
I'm sure he'll save plenty. But you know what? It's time for everyone's favorite segment, Boomer Bust. And no, I'm not speaking of what happens during the after hours with Goobie. I'm talking about the Boomer Bust on this pod, where we label players who have tons or not so much potential. So start us off, bro. Who do you got this week?
I'm gonna go Curtis Samuels. For the Carolina Panthers. Only owned in 85% of the league, facing a Minnesota team that let Andy Dalton and the Cowboys pass for 3 touchdowns. I see Samuel as a boom this week. Last week he grabbed 8 receptions out of 10 targets for 70 yards and a touchdown. Like, it's looking pretty good for him. In the last 5 games this week, or this past 5 weeks, he averaged a total of 12.2 points with only 1 game under 11 points versus a great Tampa Bay defense. I see his numbers going past 12.2 this week versus the Vikings. I mean, there's nothing to it. What do you think?
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to label him as a boom as well. They have like the wide receiver core there is interesting because you have talent. You have DJ Moore, you have Robbie Anderson, and then you have Curtis Samuel. Now, Curtis Samuel stands out because he can also run the ball. He's almost like a Debo. So he's the forgotten wide receiver. So that's to his advantage. Mm-hmm. And also the uncertainty with the quarterback position, with Teddy Brownwater, Tapwater, whatever the hell you want to call him, going down. It just leaves more opportunity for him because defenses are going to focus on the other 2 big receivers. So, yeah, no, he's got a big opportunity to keep balling. Actually, I was reading today on top waiver picks. His name is right on there. So, you know what? Go out there, grab him quick.
Yeah, man, for sure. Like I said, 85% of leagues. He was picked up in I'm not sure how it works, but he was picked up 100% this week. So let's see who nabs him.
Yeah, grab him.
Who you got going on this week?
I've got a man on my roster right now, but it's only to fuck Devin over. I got Duke Johnson, running back of the Houston Texans. This man's a bust. He's a giant bust. Like this past week, he had 15 rushing yards and 20 receiving yards. Since they fired the coach, the offense is different. And yeah, the other Johnson went down, and you would think Duke would rise to the occasion, but he hasn't. He's looked like a dud. Just every time he gets an opportunity, he screws up. Like he blows harder than, like than a drunk person giving a breathalyzer. He's that awful. Not Vince Young, sorry. Deshaun Watson he's more than capable of running as well. He did his best Cam Newton impersonation last week, which I found hilarious.
Yes, sir.
And they like to throw the ball. You're not going to waste those three wide receivers on that team and in favor of Duke Johnson. So I'm going to label him as a bust and a giant bust, and I can't wait to get rid of him. What do you think?
Definitely a bust. You know what? He's not a starter. I think people hyped him up way too much when he was in Cleveland, and he's playing like his draft pick, man. Third round, 77th overall, man. He's not a number one. He's a backup and or a committee.
Yeah.
So I label him as a bust for sure.
Perfect.
Me next, buddy.
You next.
I got a big one, man. I got a big one.
You got a big one.
I'm sad that after doing the research on this guy,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad about his age. I'm going Taysom Hill. I think he will be a boom this week versus Denver Broncos. He put up 26.75 points this week versus Atlanta in his first start as an NFL quarterback at the age of 30. Now, that disappointed me because I was going to write a whole spiel about how Drew Brees, man, you're leaving the team in good hands for at least 10 years, but now I'm looking like 30 years old, man. You're doing great, but I don't think you're going to be lasting 10 years for the New Orleans Saints. But you know what? If only this man was younger, I think he'd be an amazing starter in the NFL. I'd see him being traded eventually. But yeah, man, he's got the speed, he's got the arm, he's got the accuracy. Last week, completing 78% of his passes with a QB rating of 108. There's really not much to go on. This guy, he has, like I said, he got his first NFL start. So, yeah, I think Brees can rest easy with Hill under center this week. What do you think?
Oh, I'm going to agree with you in a huge way. Taysom Hill, and we pronounced his name wrong earlier.
Yeah, I got auto-corrected on that, okay?
Yeah. No, he's a giant boom, like cannon-sized boom. He can beat you in a multitude of ways. He can run, like you said. He's athletic. He's got an arm, although that pass to Emmanuel Sanders
was a little underthrown, but you know what, Emmanuel Sanders, good job for you for having the awareness.
Yeah, he bailed him out big time. And also like having that defense, it makes any quarterback look good. He's a stud. There's a reason why Sean Payton kept him around, and Sean Payton makes winners out of quarterbacks. So for that very reason, you mentioned his age, but you can still get 5 years out of him. If this is the end for Brees, you can still get 5 years out of Taysom Hill.
100%, you'll definitely get 5 years out of them. But if Brees comes back next year or for the next couple of years, do you think that he'll ask for a trade after his performance going through the rest of the season?
I would,
if he does well.
I would, because if you have a chance to start, and there's always auditions and teams lobbying for quarterbacks. Washington. Yeah, look at Washington. That's a dumpster fire over there when it comes to QBs. I think, you got to take your opportunities while you still can. Like, yeah, he's 30 years old. So it's not like he's Tom Brady or Drew Brees or Philip Old Man Rivers, who play till they die. It's, you want to play in your prime, and he's still in his prime. So yeah, I'd probably ask for a trade if Brees decides to be selfish and comes back. But
yeah,
that's just
So who you got next, my friend?
Oh, last but not least, I don't know if people know him around the league. I kind of found him by accident, and I'm glad I did. His name is Jacoby Myers. He's a wide receiver of the New England Patriots. I'm going to label him as a boom. Not for like assertive reasons, but I'll get into that. I mean, he sucked last week. He only had 38 yards, but I feel like that's Cam Newton's fault more than his. He's become Cam's go-to. If you looked besides last week, the last 3 weeks, he's become like his go-to. He started playing week 6 because of all the injuries, and every week his progress has gone up. He can throw touchdowns, throw them farther than Cam Newton. Yeah, like they don't have much to work with over there. So this guy seems like to be a diamond in the rough. So for that reason, those reasons, I'll label him as a boom. What do you think?
I've always liked Jacoby Myers. He definitely did well. I forget where he was before, but Jacoby Myers, man, like he's a stud, and I think he's still young too, right?
Yeah, he's not old. He's not an old player.
I'm trying to find it. Jacoby Myers. He is exactly 24 years old. So yeah, man, like he's young, he's athletic. Yeah, man, look out. He was drafted last year too, so like he's got his whole career ahead of him. Once they get a solid quarterback in the New England Patriots, that's not Cam Newton. You'll see this man.
Savage.
You'll see this man shine. You'll see this man shine. Okay, look, Cam Newton's shit. I'm just saying that. The only thing he's good for is fucking publicity and fucking suits and some hats.
I don't know, man. His last hat where he looked like a Boo from Aladdin wasn't up my alley. He can dress fly. He's fly, but that was 2 weeks ago. That hat had to go.
That dude needs to join Juju Smith-Schuster on fucking TikTok. Okay.
I don't know if he was looking to show us a whole new world with that fucking hat.
A whole new world.
It wasn't a dazzling place that I was looking at, so can't get rid of that, buddy.
he ain't got no riches. Oh, okay. He got riches, but you know what?
He's balling.
But speaking of riches, we're rich, right? We got money. That's a lie. That's why we only have toonie bets. Not $5 bets, toonie bets, because we ain't that rich.
That's all we can afford.
I got no money. It's Christmas.
It's good.
All right, man. So yeah, toonie bets this week, guys. I'm gonna go start it off with Baltimore over Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh gets a loss. I'm gonna keep on doing this until the Pittsburgh gets a loss. Okay, I don't give a fuck. You hear from me, whether or not. Okay, actually not whether or not, but if Pittsburgh wins, I will continuously pick against them until they lose. Toonie bets.
Would you do like a side bet where you'd wear your mom's panties or something if Pittsburgh wins?
Why would I wear my mother's panties? That's just gross.
I would say,
what kind of fetish shit are you into?
I'm just trying to make it interesting.
That's some fucked up shit.
This is a fucked up podcast.
Okay.
No, I
you
like
talk
it.
to your mother with that mouth?
No, I barely talk to her as it is.
Oh man, what do you got for toonie bets this week?
I've got. I'm gonna let the winning train continue. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys over the Washington No-Namers. Yeah, it's the bright lights, man. I don't know if you watched last year. We were embarrassed by the Bills at home on Thanksgiving. It's not gonna happen again. It's gonna be a tight game. It's gonna be back and forth, which is why I went to go pick up the Dallas Cowboys kicker, Zerling, because I feel like it's going to be a lot of field goals in this game. They found the recipe, like I was saying earlier, with Zeke and with Pollard as well, that nice 1-2 punch. Two different backs. One's a downhill back, the other one is side to side. And it's a must-win for both teams. This probably decides which team is going to compete with the bitch-ass Pigeon Eagles over in the NFC least. So, yeah, for those reasons, I'm going with the Cowboys over the No-Namers. Plus, they don't have a fucking name. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's not Fly Eagles Fly. It's Die Eagles Die. And I'm assuming you got our favorite man over there sitting on the mic.
I do. I got the man of the hour, the creator, Bob Walker, and listening to his toonie bets. Enjoy.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ba here for another Toonie Bets. I can't wait to hear all your bullshit, Melky Goobie, that you're talking about the Eagles losing and the Cowboys winning, even though you're last place. Of course, you're saying the typical shit. Anyways, my toonie bet for Thanksgiving, I'm going the Texans at the Lions, and I'm taking the Lions to win. Texans only have one away win. Lions only have one home win. But you can't doubt the Lions on Thanksgiving year after year. We've come out to find that. And Matt Patricia is going to be able to keep his job randomly because they're just going to win these games here and there. So I'm taking the Lions for that sole reason. Pretty shitty game anyways. Take care, boys.
If you people haven't noticed, we are only doing Thanksgiving games this week. We do. It's Thanksgiving in America, so you know what? Let's have some fun with it.
Yeah, we just wanted to pay tribute to those Yankee Doodles out there and make everything Thanksgiving-ish, because we like Thanksgiving too, and they do it big, man. I love the way they do Thanksgiving over there. We don't. It doesn't compare over here. They have like parades. Well, I mean, not this year because of fucking COVID, but they just do it right. So yeah.
Yeah, man. I like all the toonie bets. Baltimore, please win. I need another win in my toonie bets. Okay.
You got lucky with your toonie bet.
Everybody likes my toonie bets.
Because they're stupid?
Exactly.
Oh, bro. Another one in the books. I can't wait for Thursday, like we were just alluding to. 3 games. Couldn't ask for anything better. Thanksgiving over there. I'm going to be drunk off my ass because I'm not working. And I don't start work till November 30th again. So it's going to be fun. I just can't wait. Are you taking it off? And do you want to add anything before we sign out?
No, I'm not taking it off. And I'd like everybody just reminder, it's a holiday. Enjoy yourself. Be with your loved ones. Enjoy it. Once the kids are to sleep, don't forget that not only do you stuff your turkey, you stuff your girl too. Okay, kids are asleep. Give her some loving. Okay. She deserves it. She did a lot of cooking for you, I'm assuming. Okay, so give her some loving.
Yeah, stuff the bird before you stuff the bird. It's very, it's important. It's of the essence.
Yes,
now,
sir.
Remember, if you guys remember the color of your eyes after a date, chances are you have small boobs. Happy Thanksgiving, America. Thank you to all those Yankee Doodle listeners. We appreciate you all. And you Canadians, too. We're Canadian at heart. Yeah, enjoy, man. I can't wait.
Happy Thanksgiving.